Hello. Here's hoping this all works. I'm hoping this all works today. I really am. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it at least. Let's get onto the... I'm using XSplit as well, which is really weird. Just hoping this works. Okay, we're going well so far. The webcam doesn't fit in the thingy. Ah! Stop snapping the grid. No. Yeah. Fixed it, kind of. Hey, Duck Kenny. Oh, I think I would. Yeah, there's a guy that does Blender videos that looks almost identical to me, and it's scary. The now playing isn't working. That is just a thing that you'll have to deal with. I don't know how to get that working. I've tried for like 2 hours. I need to log into Swift. I'm going to bring it over here because it'll show my real name. I don't want to show that off. So, Undernet Boeing 77 BBJ and can I have the old sort of livery on first? Hey, I can. Let's connect to VATSIM. Let's have a look at VATSIM. See if there's a... I got rid of affiliate on Twitch. I'll have you know. I actually, music's a bit loud. That better? Bear in mind, I'm on XSplit today, so this could be a bit odd. Things could go wrong. I'll need to file a flight plan, and today what I've done is I've done something spectacular. I've downloaded the PDF of the flight plan to show Matt basically what the hell this thing even means. So, let us start. This is a problem. Let's start with fuel and balance. So we need 15 tons of payload. So just 1.5. Enter. Our fuel is, let's go 7.4. 7.4. We won't need the center tanks, that's fine. In fact, let's do a small bit of setup. Let's get the battery on and let's get on ground power. And the emergency lights as well. And actually, while we're doing this, let's get the IRS aligning. You know how to use the cost index. What is the cost index for this flight? 5. 24,000 feet. So let's get Swift up as well. We'll file our flight plan. Departure airport is Libreville. Departure time is going to be about 16:45. Cruising altitude is 24,000 foot. What's the Swift plan for? It's for VATSIM. And we're going by the call pub to Sierra, to call pub. Then uniform Alpha 616 to STM and direct to Fox Papa Sierra Tango. Estimated time en route is, we'll give the upper estimate of 0110. Fuel on board. We've loaded the max fuel, so we'll say about 3 hours. And our alternate is Libreville, which we probably won't need. True airspeed at cruise is going to be 426 knots. Verslat Lima. And we have TCAS available. We'll send that. Sent. Hello, Mikey Todd. Something you can ignore. Pretty much. Hello, Chris, as well. I don't know why, but Twitch chat isn't connecting to Restream. Things are going wrong, and I guess it's typical of one of my streams. So, let's start programming the let's get this plane ready to go. We've got the IRS aligning. So let's get it onto nav, and activate the yaw damper. Get the electrical systems online, get the fuel pumps online, get the packs on with APU bleed. Cruising altitude is going to be 24,000 feet. Landing altitude, don't need to worry about that, it's probably going to be near zero. Let's get rid of that. FMC, position visualization. Let's get the panels brightened up a bit. Hang on. Panel brightness. There we go. We're in Libreville. So, as a reference airport, a little trick here, you can just nab the air's position from the GPS. 27.5 degrees north, 9.25 degrees east. Sorry, just slightly north, 9.25 degrees east. The route is going to be full to Fox Papa Sierra Tango. We are Golf Romeo Delta Whiskey Tango. And the route is coupled to UA616 and via UA616 to STM. That's that. Activate that. Performance initialization. Bop. Reserves are going to be 2. Custom index is 5. Cruising altitude is 240. Cruising winds I get from flight plan right here. 063 at 16. 063 at 16. ISA deviation is again from the flight plan. Alexander. ISA deviation is this. So it's 18. Which means we should see minus 13 is the temp. Minus 15, that's fine. Transition altitude 300, I'm fine with. N1 limits, we'll go for a 24 kd rate with climb, full climb. Basically meaning you should just choose. Did I choose 063 once? Ah, well done. 06316. Isn't going to make a huge bit of difference, but just for accuracy. Takeoff's gonna be. Get the ATIS here real quick. QNH1012. 2305, so it's going to be departing off, we'll say, what does the flight plan say? We'll just use the flight plan for now. Departure is going to be off 16, I think. 16. And a couple to Sierra. Which is that, execute that. Now we get to bring up Navigraph, which I'll just load the flight plan in over here real quick. Little trick. New flight. From SimBrief, full FPST, done. I'm noticing that the departure is the same length as the rest of the flight. So we need the charts list. Charts for Libreville. 16 is 156. So we'll put this into our heading here. Got no ATC, so we'll just clear ourselves straight up to 240. And I'll need to go back down to the init ref. That'll be a flaps 5 takeoff. Center gravity 24.1 for 4.53 trim. There we go. V speeds are in. 142 is our V2, so we go V2 plus 20, which is 162. Is that any live streaming? Not at the moment, I don't think. Hey, Fenton, by the way. Let me just stretch out my... There we go. IRS is aligned, so let's get our APU going on. Let's turn on seatbelt signs. Let's close the door. Ignore the fact there's a ton of seats in this plane. It is a private jet. We will pre-plan a pushback here real quick. And it's looking like a push to the right is going to be our option here.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Thank you, Magic Lady. We can't do really anything until our APU is online. Let's get the logo lights on, anti-collision lights on. How am I doing today? I'm doing good. Without draft. Start the flight leg. So there's announcements and stuff going on. Pushback. APU is still coming online. You can set anti-skid to RTO, return rejected takeoff.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
I'll do a quick flight control check here while we're sat on the ground. Full left, full right, full up, full down, quarter left and right. Fantastic. Flight controls are good. Back to the engine screen. We'll need that in a minute. APU is online. Let us disconnect ground power and request pushback.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
And I should add, that was full cold and dark in a 737. Why is it giving me southwest? Oh, I'm not going to ask why it's giving me southwest cabin things. What do I use when I play flight sim? I use the Thrustmaster T-Flight HOTAS X. I've actually recommended this my joystick to Matt as well. It's really good. Just keeps everything kind of under control. It's a bit of a rubbish page here.
Okay, all doors
So
and hatches are closed.
loud.
Ready to connect.
It's just occurred to me this might be a bit loud, so let's just go to volume. That's all on 3, so let's go into the X-plane settings, sound, and just dump down the master a bit. So we do have the pushback truck connecting and giving the nose a bit of a lead. Firing man, hello. So that's it connecting up. And in a second, it shall lift the nose of the plane entirely off the ground. Fantastic.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Park brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, engine start. Start engine 2. Packs off while engines are starting, because otherwise they'll take all the lead. Engine 2 starting. Just need to wait now for 25% N2. fuel. And let's get the windshield heat on. So the engine stabilize here. 20, 40, 60. Good start engine 2. Start engine 1. Hey, CD. 10%.
Although we don't anticipate a change in cabin pressure.
25% and 1 and 2. Let's get engine 1 started.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
See, it's starting up there. Start engine 1, I would presume.
Disconnecting tail. Stand by.
20, 40, 60. Good. Engine starts continuous. Generators on. UV off. Packs on. Turn-offs on. Strobe on. APU off. Caution check. Anti-ice set because I forgot to set the pitot heat. Disconnect, please. And just do a quick recall. Everything's fine. Let's get flaps 5 set in here. Hey, Dan. How you doing today, dude? Flaps 2.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been
flaps
removed.
5.
Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Now we gotta wait for the hand signal on the right. We should be good other than that. So let's see where we're taxiing here. We're gonna be coming out, turning left up to the end, and using the turning vane at the end. There's the hand signal. So we're good to taxi. We got taxi light on. I'll just put the engines up. No takeoff warning. Let's get this onto the runway. Just have a quick look at VATSPY, which I minimized like an idiot. Go away, Adobe. And there we go, we're hearing in Libreville. Taxiing is small but fast here. So we'll be turning left.
Approaching 3-4.
Ava's got. We've not even left yet. This flight is going to take less than an hour though. It's going to be a really nice quick flight. Hey Dan, did you get full partnership on Twitch yet? Or are you still affiliate?
On runway 3-4.
Ow! I do see that custom emote, which means you at least have affiliate. Or still have affiliate, I guess. Hey Hog Terminator. I apologize for XRAS. It, for some reason, can I configure this to be less ear piercing? Oh, I can! Go for 30%. Hey, Hog, how you doing today, dude? Dropped 0 frames. 13 viewers on YouTube, 3 on Twitch. I hope the frame rate and everything's fine, by the way. It's locked to 720p 30 because of Twitch. Taxi down, do a slow, well, we should actually do a bit of a faster taxi down the runway, to be honest. Let's get final configs for takeoff, landing lights on, strobe,
is
Over
secure. Have a
everything
good flight.
here. We are good to take off. Just in case getting this spun around on the runway, and we'll be up in the air. You might notice, by the way, I've got the time set to quite early in the morning. Also, I have done a weather check. There will be some clouds, but there will not be storms today. We won't have the hideous storms that we've been dealing with the last few legs. Okay, everything's good. My phone went off, I think. Various notifications about crap I don't care about. Hey, Henry. By the way, I'm not putting any thrust into the engines at the moment. They are completely idle. Give it a small bit of brake here. Woo. I hate that bug with the mouse button. Queen's fly past tomorrow? What's going on tomorrow that the Queen's getting a fly past again? Presuming it's something to do with D-Day.
On runway 16.
Ow, that's still ear piercing. That's not a terrible lineup. In fact, the runway is off by about 2 degrees. My chat has changed. Yes, I'm using Restream, but it's not connected to Twitch chat for some reason. Okay, so 40% N1 set. Timer on. And set. Takeoff thrust set. And achieved. For her birthday, 80 knots. 80 knots. And we'll get V1 in a moment. V1. V1, rotate. Rotate. Zero.
FSC flight not started.
Why is the FMC complaining? Non-intercept heading. Oh, for the love of... LNAV. 400. Pitch down now, and we'll start the turn. Flaps to, oops. Flaps to 1. This Concorde and the fly past, that was the best bit. And flaps are already up, so that's fine. Power set standard. Have I played any Call of Duty? Not really, no. Can I get LNAV back, please? I can. Autopilot engaged. Right, let's get the runway lights off. Engines back into auto. Go like that. We are now set to, I forgot to check, James transponder to Terra. There we go. Let's bring up the weather radar. We've got a small bit of weather behind us, but that's not going to be much of an issue. Let's just have a look out No, that's not a really good view. That's a cool view. That's an even better view. Why couldn't I engage LNAV? I wasn't on an intercept heading with the waypoint that LNAV wanted to get to. Your main PC melted. I saw, yes. No VATSIM for you. Is now playing actually working? That's still broken. I don't know why that's broken. I also forgot to... Number one, set Project Fly to fly. And number two... set up my overlay for Project Fly. Let's do that real quick on the fly. Paste. Okay. Just put this.
At this time, you may use your pre-portable electronic devices to do memory and self-sensing. Stay in the all position until we land in Los Angeles. Also, fixed while that seatbelt
We're not going to Los Angeles.
Remain in your seat with your seatbelt securely fastened.
This plane is drunk. No, 8 was the view that I liked. It's 9. Oh, that's an even better view. Boring. Useful, 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 useful. Kind of boring. There we go. You think that's the exact view you have in your flight? Matt, try and be on the left side. That's where, assuming you have the approach that we had, that, our flight plan claimed the other night, the left side is going to have some amazing views. Windows best view. Sometimes you want to be the right window, sometimes you want to be the left window though. And one of the best ways to figure out what window you want to sit at is to do the flights in. Because then you kind of look at both windows like, do I like this view better? Do I like that view better? Huh. On the right, you'll have a nice, like, it'll unveil itself, but the left has some spectacular views as you come in. I'll need a lot more fuel if I'm going to LA. This probably couldn't actually manage that. I'm hoping we get the passenger, the meme announcement. There we go. I'm really hoping we get the meme announcement that's tucked away in this. Henry, I'm much better at flying than I am at driving. Hello, LS News Luke. How are you doing today? How's the stream looking, by the way? Because this is me basically testing stuff live. The now playing is completely borked because for some reason XSplit won't pick up on the file that I need. But other than that, I think... don't know how to enable... Yeah, that should be working. I'm not entirely sure why it's not. So... top of climb is basically right beside top of descent, so let's have a look at the arrivals available. We got no stars and only NDB approaches. We're going in visual, boys. This could get very interesting very quickly. I'm just going to move this over here. This could get very interesting very quickly because I'm going to have to do a visual approach. Flight plan is calling for 1-1. The weather is calling for... nope. So Tommy... 18410, that's going to be a 1-1 as we go. QNH 1012, which is already set. So just go roll number 1. the airport in Sao Tomé. In fact, I could go for the. Is there no SID? Is there no arrival for 1-1? Oh, they're both for 2-9. Yeah, we actually have to go visual. This is going to be interesting. Set our altitude down to 3,000. I'm going to need to add a leg here. Should already be descending, so let's go vertical speed minus 2,000. We should be good with that. What's the actual name for? I call it the banana. Why did the flight plan, by the way, claim like an hour when, like, we've been in the air for 9 minutes? Slightly confused by that. Let's just update the map. That's 180 miles in 2 minutes, in 10 minutes. It should just be on by default, yeah. Snap the throttle back there like that. Blank the bottom MFD. Put a bit of braking in. We should be able to see the spoilers up. Could we put them up farther? Yes, we're still actually accelerating, so let's go max D10. Bring our speed back to 220 knots. So we're going to be decelerating for a little while. The vertical speed required is actually 1100, so let's bring this back up to 100. I wonder if I hit VNAV in. Would we be fine? Because it'll just do 1,000 foot per minute descent. For a little while. Let's execute that change to the flight plan. Go back to vertical speed. 2,000 feet per minute descent. What should you do in that case? I mean, if there's no ILS available, I usually the hell is that? I'd usually go RNAV if there's no ILS. What runway did you want to go with? Or what runway did Simbrief tell you to go with? Because that's kind of important to know in Dublin. Like every runway in Dublin has at least an RNAV. Failing that, it'll have like an VRDME approach, which is basically an ILF. What's RNAV? Radio navigation. So it's basically a GPS approach. I don't know why the sea has decided to tile itself like this, but that's decidedly not correct. Should have Sao Tomé in sight in a minute. I'm hoping. Or at least have the island in sight. Probably behind those clouds. Yeah, I'm sure Hayden can tell you what RNAV actually means, but I know it's a GPS approach. So it's VNAV and LNAV combined to bring you down the glide slope. It's pre-programmed by waypoint points. It's kind of like it's the GPS version of ILS. Do I play Train Sim World? No, I'm not a big train fan, and quite honestly, I just don't like Dovetail. I bought Flight Sim World a couple of years back when they brought that out, and they just literally just dropped it with no warning. In fact, the day before they dropped Flight Sim World, they were advertising a new DLC for it with jets, which is what I was looking forward to the whole time of Flight Sim World, and that never came. You have a small amount of questions. You're always gonna have questions when you're learning, man. I don't mind people asking questions when they're legit trying to learn stuff. Coming down well on our profile. This wasn't a flight for a 737, I'll be honest. But I am planning to do the meme leg today. In theory. There is a reasonable chance we'll get meme leg in a Piper Cub, and I'll be hand flying it completely VFR. I hope that I've got ortho for it prepared, because I haven't prepared any ortho over the last few days. It's the initial kind of punch in the face that learning like a 737 or something gives you. That is like, what the hell am I even trying to do here? Like, Super Showdown's live. You might notice, Stephen, that I'm streaming and not giving a damn about that show because of various political reasons. Also, I just don't care about the card they have. There's nothing really interesting. I mean, Goldberg against Taker might have been interesting 20 years ago, but in 2019, it's two 50-year-old men pretending to beat each other up. Yeah. Heading for FPS. Good FPS. Why can I not see Sao Tomé? This is worrying now. Oh, it's because we're 80 miles from the island still. Slow descent to 1500. Actually, we can slow right down to 0. Yeah, it's boring. I could have told you that. It's just arm speed brake. We'll want runway length, please. Sao Tomé. 2160. Auto brake 2, and we'll come in flaps 30. Some wind correction. It's doing that thing again. Yeah, this plane just seems to have issues. You could have done RNAV, you could have gone visual. There's usually options available. Is that a bit of weather coming in? No, that's just the bottom of all the warning. Let's get our rings on at 5 miles and 10 miles. And I'll also want to do a 15-mile ring. Are the rings working? Is kind of the next issue. The rings are working, that's fine. 20-mile range. The vision will be really hard. It's basically following the pappy lights down. So you want 2 white, 2 red, and just to be aligned with the runway. Runway heading on that note is going to be 107. We'll be pulling right traffic, or left traffic. So heading 107 for the runway. Project Fly radar, make sure that I'm actually flying towards. Holy cow, that's a storm and a half in the UK at the moment. Why is it such a... Oh no, never mind. Why is it such clear skies outside, he says, looking at the massive amount of storm clouds outside. It does look like we're heading towards Sao Tomé, which is good. Yeah, we're definitely heading towards Sao Tomé. It just looks a bit wonky in the plane. It looks a bit questionable. Raining incredibly heavily where you are. Is there, next question. Is there a VOR on site, or a... VOR to me, please tell me that's a DME 117.3. We're gonna in. 173. Set that. It does have DME, fantastic. They're both pretty much retired, Stephen. That's kind of my issue with Super Showdown. There's 2 guys who their best fights are long behind them in wrestling terms. And they're still going, because why not? I might swap to the 737-800, but I don't have any private skins for that. Or private liveries. Because I was expecting the 737-700 to work properly, but this FMC glitch happens every time. Where this texture somehow ends up down there. Also, it seems to have broken the seats. It shows the Saudis want them. I don't know if it shows WWE's desperate yet. Soft 738 and put a random livery on. Yeah, because I'm not reloading X-Plane because that takes like 5 minutes. Whoops. Reloading X-Plane takes like 5 minutes. We got speed brake armed anyway. We are just above minimum clean. Still about 50 miles from the airport. 55.1. Yes, use this, not this. Well done, Dave, you idiot. And the VOR is located where on the actual apron? So there's a locator beam. I'm guessing that's the VOR. That's gotta be the viewer. That's really, really annoying. There's the viewer, so it's probably 1,500 down the runway, so I need to add, we'll say, a mile to, or take away a mile from our distance when we're on downwind. Quick refresh runway. What were the winds like? 18410. Could go into 19, but have a bit of tailwind though. Okay, so I'm gonna just start planning the next flight. It'll be FPST to Brazzaville. What's the name of the airport in Brazzaville, for goodness sake? It is Maya. I search in instead of Brazzaville, Maya doesn't show up. This is a dash. Manually enter. It'll be in the 737. Let's stick with the 700. Book. Auto. Ignore the sim brief. It's just processing my request for flight plan. Calculating ETOPS. You don't need to calculate ETOPS. Kinda do. Calculation is not necessary. I do like the 737. I do like this plane. Technically inside a seat right now, but that's kind of fine. $40 miles to go. We need to drop 5,005 by 3 is 50. So that's start going down about 700 foot a minute. Start a slow, lazy descent down. Should start seeing Sao Tomé in a minute. But until then, I'm afraid we've just got a bit of a boring flight to go. There is a light which hints that we are near something. I'd still love to know why the seas decided to do that. In any case, let's prep for landing. Here we're below 10,000. Let's get the landing lights on. Fastly about sign on. Anything else I need to do? The up panel. Not at the present moment. Down to the lower panel. Altimeter set 1012. For Sao Tomé, we can actually go down. Turn that on now. No traffic to worry about. We can range in a bit. Speed's good. Altitude's coming down. Just get a train warning on that. empty. And I'm happy to bring the flight controls up again. They won't be doing anything until I take manual control, but we'll bring them back up. So Simulator Gaming and Matt and anybody else who has explained and wants to learn a bit of Zebo or whatever, now would be a really good time to ask questions because we're kind of in the middle of doing nothing. Now is a really good time to ask some questions about how to do the flying thing. Because where the Sao Tomé airport is, it's actually at the very, very edge of the island. We'll be flying out over the sea to get there. And is the broken texture stopping over here somewhere for some reason? Or is it just kind of a distance texture that's gone a bit weird? I'm really not sure why the sea's done that. It seems to rectify further out. Interesting. And what I saw was an oil rig. You watched the video and do this Victoria to set a heading to the Clyde Slope or something, but you also had a star. You were confused at that. Some stars will have. Okay, so it's something that you won't need to worry about unless you've got ATC for the most part, but some stars do have vectors involved, where ATC will give you headings to intercept glide slope, and you'll have to put them in and follow headings and stuff. There's a gap. Yeah, that's vectors. It's not a gap, it's an actual part of some standard arrivals where you'll be given, we'll say, vectors to a waypoint, or vectors to intercept glide slope, or vectors to spin around in a circle for 5 hours, or something like that, and it is a part of stars. I think that's Sao Tomé ahead of us. Just confused as to why it was. Yeah, sometimes, like, even mid-star, even if you're flying completely, according to... Oh my god. What happened to Sao Tomé? Hey again, Hawk Terminator. But sometimes the stars, they will have vectors. Sometimes ATC will just decide, you need to fly this heading because traffic is being stupid, and blah 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 blah. I don't know why my X-Plane's done that. That looks horrible. And it suddenly just stops out here. Ortho hasn't worked as well as I would have liked. So we have 0 fuel in center tank. Still 6 tons in the outers. Which, in theory, might actually be enough to do the second leg without having to refuel over here in Sao Tomé. Zoom in another level. We're now at 20-mile range on our radar. Yeah, suddenly as that problem happened, it's gone over here. So I'm guessing it's just some tiles borked. Thank you very much, Sylvan. I really enjoyed that stream. We should have the airport inside. There's the airport. Right down there. So when I said it's right on the coast, the end of the runway, oh my god, we can't overrun this runway. Okay, gonna make a slight change to my setup for landing. More brakes. That's the airport down there, so we're gonna hold at 3,000. This is gonna be spicy. Oh, this isn't gonna end well, is it? This is gonna go badly, and I'm going to look like a fool. I'm going to look stupid.
2,000 to go.
Go. This isn't gonna go well at all. In the case of Mr. Approach, we'll just go back up to 3,000 feet. Go like good. Those range rings seem awful small for 5 and 10 miles. Unless, of course, they've done the thing that they tend to do sometimes and just put a 5 and 10 degree thing in. Yeah, those range rings are not working at all, are they? No, they're not. Why are my fixed rings not working? We're flying to now. We're inbound to Sao Tomé, but everything's broken. Gonna replan the next leg very quickly. Delete. Did I download the broadsword livery? I didn't. That's annoying. Discard. I'm gonna try and this might take a few minutes in between flights. Cargo, military, private. Ooh, that's pretty. Compared to this one. What does, I'll go with, November 502. Right. Autopilot has to come off now. So we reach the end of the flight plan. This is where it gets spicy. Down to 160. Auto throttle should still be in. It is fantastic. And I want to go for about a 10-mile final if I can. So I'm going to come out this way and can't really go below 3,000 here. Okay. So I'm just gonna fly out at an angle here. We might have to do some sort of weird procedures. Let's just go for a bit of a turn. We're already flaps 1. Just want to let the speed lead away. Let's go flaps 5. take auto throttle out as well, why not? So now I'm in full control of the aircraft. Let's go thrust idle. Where's the runway? How far away from the airport are we? 10 miles almost exactly. Let's go flaps 15. Log down, flaps 15. And let's get spun around here. Let's get the gear down just for a bit of extra drag. Airport's in sight. Okay, book down to VREF.
$2,500.
Pull the throttles back. Turn finals. Flaps 25. Flaps 30.
Airspeed low. $1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilize, listen for a job to the side.
A bit far out from 1,000 feet, so we'll just level off a small bit. This is scary. It's perfectly fine. Just coming in for a visual approach on in a Boeing 737, it's fine. Okay. 3 miles out.
Approaching 1-1.
Speed brakes are
500.
armed. Fire trucks on standby, probably for the brakes actually.
400. 300.
Long gap till 200.
200.
There we go. Get 100 call in a second. Too high.
Tank rate.
100.
Tank rate. Tank rate.
50. 40.
rate.
30. 20. 10.
Deep landing. Deep landing. 1,500 meters remaining. 1,200 remaining.
Knots.
Keep the reversals on. 60 knots. Let's pull back. Manual braking. I mean, that worked. That wasn't at all terrifying. Right, that's good. I mean, the flaps back. Floaty, very floaty. Overfloat. VPU starting up.
.30 remaining.
Get this parked up, and I need to get a texture for the 738 installed. Do that while we're taxiing here. Trying to do a whole lot at once here. 737-800X liveries. This.
On runway 29.
There we go. The utmost in preparedness. Install that. There we go. I probably need to restart Explain to get that to work, which is going to be a pain, and will take a few minutes. But I think we did relatively well. I'm not going to say very well. I think we did okay. Considering I'm not very good at visuals. Get this parked up at what appears to be some sort of terminal. And I'll swap into the 738. Hopefully with the BBJ livery installed. Hopefully, maybe. I might need to reboot X-Plane to get it to work. And I don't have X-Plane installed on SSD like a lot of flight sim streamers, so this is going to take a little while. Got an apron alpha. He is online now. The power switched over. Running lights off, strobes off. Stars to auto. You like this plane? I don't, because it's a bit broken. References I like aren't working. The name at least? What? Boeing BizJet. I'm gonna swap into its slightly bigger brother. We'll call that parked. No, that was the spoilers, not the parking brake. 2 blue, 1 red, engine's dead. No, don't do this again. Okay. Did the 738 livery load into the game? Norwegian, Alaska, Aer Lingus, no. Let's go into this scene for a bit. Assuming it wants to work. There we go. Because I need to reboot X-Plane and this is going to take a few minutes. On the bright side, I can just complete that flight. Official landing rate according to Project Fly was 176, which is a lot better than I was actually anticipating. So let's get X-Plane running again. While that's booting up, go to, oh yeah, no, what's the name of the bloody airport again? Oh, I hit the wrong button again. Maya. Thanks, Nope, wrong 738. It's that one. Customize. There we go. Just really quickly need to pop this in. Private. Nice Dublin add. Plan with that. Okay. Want to load in. There-ish. Auto. Not taking as long to load as I'd feared. Also, why is this not connecting to Twitch chat? Oh, don't do this crap. It's really odd. X-Plane's just jammed up a bit for the time being. Hey Roscoe. You're not missing anything. Just in case you're a bit concerned, I'm dealing with an issue. By the way, if you follow me on Twitch, you should have got a really nice email from Twitch saying, "Oi, Dave's live. Go watch." Because I am stream man. Hello, the U team. I might do a Twitch stream, possibly later tonight. Twitch exclusive stream, I should add. Just messing about. Games real quick. You're the get that messaged me then. Ah. You are. I'd love something like that, but number one, I can't English. Number one, my desk's not big enough. Number two, my desk's not big enough. And I don't have the money. Prefer to spend my money on payware, honestly. X-Plane's broken, so I'm gonna have to relaunch X-Plane again. Come on. Oh, am I going to have to... When it crashes, I need to do some faffery to get it to work again. So I'm probably gonna need to... Yeah, I've got a faff. Hang on. Steam. Open up the Steam things. Close Navigraph Symlink. Close Navigraph Charts. Open up X-Plane. Open up Navigraph Charts again. Can I fly the Airbus A380? There are no good Airbus A380s. I'm afraid. Briefing. Oh yeah, new flight from SimBrief. There we Oh, that's brilliant, SimBrief. Thank you. There is like Airbus. There are some A380s for X-Plane, but they're made by a guy who decided that a not very good model and a livery was worth $50. And each individual livery for the A380 costs like $50. So no thanks. There are freeware ones, but they're not very good. I believe the issue with like getting an A380 into X-Plane is that Airbus, I think, this is what I understand, I think Airbus, according to various people that I've been hearing from, don't want to give out the actual data for the A380, so it's very difficult to make one that handles even vaguely well. I'm just going to mute my mic for a second because I need to do some stuff and it's probably going to cause some noise. There we go. So I am sat here at the moment, as are you, probably. Unless you're stood up, in which case, props for standing up while watching a stream. I'm sat here waiting for X-Plane to load. Let's hop the live stream back in. Thank you very much for the £2, the U team. Give it the great videos. I will attempt to. I will attempt to. That notification's way too big. By the way, you can follow me on Twitch and stuff as well, if you wish to. You can watch on Twitch, which has slightly less latency, and things are just as broken over there, so your call. While I'm waiting, let's download this. This up. Hello, Patrick. How you doing today? So, this trip, Our block time is 2 hours. Holy cow. Okay. You can see we're loaded in now, which is great. I need to just get everything working here real quick. 738, J, we'll go with broadsword. Actually, it's painted up for people on VATSIM as Delta. Oh, I'm doing good. How are you? It appears Delta, even though it's not. Right, flight planning time. Zoom. Yes, override, please. That's also correct. So our flight plan is direct Ramor Alpha 400 to the Sao Tomé VOR Alpha 616 to Libreville Golf 856 to Epulo Epulo just in the final few hours ago. Poglo 1 Papa into Brazzaville. Flight level 300. Is it 300 or is it going to be higher? 23,000. What? Flight level 230. Why is it wanting me to go 230? We'll go up to 30,000 feet because screw that. Actually, no, we'll go 23,000. 230. This is a BBJ after all. And our cruising speed is going to be, where's stop a climb, 418 knots. 8. Departure time is going to be about 18:20. Estimated time en route is 2 hours. Fuel on board will be, and I'm going to just load up what it says, 3 hours 30. Departure airport is FPST. Arrival is FCBB. And our alternate is not going to be necessary, but we'll put it in anyway. FCPP. Okay, so that's flight plan set, sent. Let's get this plane ready to fly. Ground services, route chocks, GPU connect. Get ground power going. Get the IRS aligning because it'll take 8 minutes. Just wait for those to switch onto a line. There we go. Onto nav. FMC please. Position initialization. Wait. FPST. The reference airport. We are at exactly this position. And our route is to FCBB. I'm going to keep the same call sign, Golf Romeo Delta Whiskey Tango. And our route is going to be direct Ramor. Romeo Alpha Mike Oscar Romeo. Then Alpha 400 to Sao Tomé, which is going to be a bit of a loop, presumably. Alpha 616 to Libreville. Whoops. To Libreville. Golf 856 to Epulo. Activate, execute. Now I need to actually go back here, do fuel and balance. Our fuel on board is going to be 8. Just use the weight sheet here. Payload is 18. Dead. Fuel on board is 9. So you will have center tanks available. So use center tanks as reserves. Performance initialization, that reserves are officially 3.1. Cost index is always 5. Cruising altitude 230. Cruising wind is going to be 045 at 18. ISA deviation is 18. Execute N1 limit. Go for 24k degree rate and full climb. At this point we need to choose a departure off runway 11, just so it loads in the data for runway 1. Takeoff will be flaps 5. CG will require 5.04, which is going to be about there. Oh boy, V2 is 150. What's our V1 actually? 141, 142. Should be okay. Runway heading is on sim brief. Charts, airport info 107. Nope, that's the wrong one. 107. And our altitude will just set straight up to 23,000. Get the auto throttle and flight directors on. Get some panel lighting on there, get our AFTS flood on. Set this to 23,000. APU lead on, packs on temporarily, and auto. Let's get the APU coming online. Logo light on, anti-collision lights on. And seatbelt light on, and we will close the door. This is probably going to look like it's a Ryanair, isn't it? Nope, I'm not sure what airline that's supposed to be, but it doesn't look like a private jet. Overhead air conditioning, anti-ice. Overhead is complaining because we don't have the engines on, basically. QNH is 1012 still. Just to verify. Nope, that's the wrong one. Nope. Should I bring up ATC here? Don't need that. Active Sky 1013 actually, so it's actually standard barrel pressure, which is fine. AP is online, let's get that kicked in. Let's get the GPU disconnected. Am I going to need a pushback? Let's just go out and pre-plan. We don't need a pushback, we can just direct taxi. So let's get the probe heats on. The strobe on. position light, or the beacon on, and kick off the packs. Engine 2 set to ground, and we'll now at this point arbitrarily start flight. B-Dog BDH, thank you for the host on Twitch. The notification didn't ping for me, which is annoying. 25%. Go. Set that to RTO. Just wait for the engine. Engine's claiming a start 20, 40, 60. Good start. Engine 1. It's National Fish and Chips Day. Fair enough. What was I wanting to do up here? I wanted to do something here. No, not turn the packs on. I wanted to do something up in the upper overhead, but I can't remember what. Oh, I remember now. Panel brightness. 25%. Kick it on. I'm just gonna get rid of the fly with little macro there. 20, 40, 60, good start. Engines to continuous. All of that. Taxi lights on. And APU off. So it looks a lot more complicated than it actually is. Hey, Greek dude! So with that, let's get our flaps set to 5. I'm gonna wait for the flaps to set before we start taxiing, because then if we start taxiing with the flaps set, I can do a takeoff config check. That's 5. So let's do a takeoff config check. Takeoff config is good. Hell no, does not want to arm. Why is it not wanting to arm? Probably because we're not at 400 yet. Just looking at that, we can actually just go straight out to Hobo by the looks of it. Yeah. Had me taking off 2.9 for some reason. You're in the exams while the John Deere was arriving? Well, you have it now, that's the important thing. Landing lights on, wing lights on, strobe on. VNAV? Not want to come on.
Approaching 2-9.
Okay, the cabin is secured.
Or I'll
Go
not
flight.
want you to come on. I want to come on at 400 feet.
On runway 29.
There we go. Let's mark this flight as going. Verify that I am. That's him. Yes, I am. And we should be good until Brazzaville, basically. Cloud is starting to increase a bit, which is mildly concerning, but shouldn't play too much of a role in this flight. Weather radar on the left, TCAS, or our terrain radar on the right. You can see the mountain there is being lit up by our terrain radar. Definitely not doing a Ryanair taxi today. Good lord, this is slow. Just want to verify. Actually, I can just do a recall. Everything there's fine. Everything there's fine. We're good to go. Hey, watch. Still a couple thousand feet from the end of the runway, though. Transponder can go to Tara. We can watch. Well, I've not shown you this yet. Our Boeing business jet, BBJ, taxiing its way down the runway. November 502 Bravo Juliet. That, by the way, is what 5 degrees of flaps looks like in a 737. If anybody was wondering, we are taxiing a tad bit fast, actually, with the wheels. It would be good to take a turn at the end of the runway here. Let's actually just change this plane up a small bit. Configure customize display split. Now it looks like a fancy jet. So you can see the way that this is marked for the turn zone that I want to be turning
30
left.
remaining.
Yes, thank you for warning me there's 30 feet of the runway remaining when I'm at the end of the runway. That's completely useless information. Woo! Slow down. Okay. And full left, or full right even. Bit of throttling just to allow this to work out correctly.
On runway 11.
Alright, that's us mostly centered. And ready to go. And that wants to work out now. Set 40. And then we'll bring the throttle all the way up. She is still very loud, yes. At least I'm 100% sure I'm on runway 11. 80 knots. Knots, release forward pressure on stake. Slightly concerned about the amount of runway remaining. Very concerned about the amount of runway remaining.
B1, rotate.
Rotate, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh, don't do this, please. Come on, 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 come on. Gear up.
FSC flight not started.
Now is LNAV going to want to work. Now LNAV wants to work. Okay. 400 feet. Start our turn. Feet. Reach down a bit for acceleration. And flaps 2. And flaps 1. Have I crashed a plane this before? Many times. Practice flights don't always end up going well. And flaps up. 2,500 feet. Autopilot on. Landing gear off. Engine controls to auto. Turn off lights and taxi light can come off. It's off already. Fantastic. And anti-skip can go off as well. And now we just sit down and get up to cruise out. I hope the sea doesn't do the wonky thing again. Washington DLC is coming out soon for ATS. Very nice. I forgot to hit ET. So I'll add like a minute on there. Doesn't matter too much. It's mainly for reference. Progress page. 29 miles top climb. This thing's just going to jump up into the air and we'll be good. Flap 0. Engines on. Full max. Full fuel. Auto brake. Spoilers disarmed. Autopilot armed and on. Barrel set to standard. We are good to make our way to Brazzaville. If I were to just to demonstrate something, set the time to real time. It gets very dark very quickly. That's why I don't have real time set at the moment. I just use kind of a random point throughout the day. Let's go to, let's say 20 past 4. Sounds like a good time. Chinese arrived, very nice man. I think it's steak and chips for me today. Looking forward to that. Let's do some PAs. Welcome level up, descent, prepare landing turbines. Welcome to
Please return to the seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened for the flight day. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are descending. Seatbelt sign is on.
Perfect.
Please return to your seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened for the flight day. We have a seatbelt sign. On behalf of the flight crew, we appreciate you being with us today. Wish you a very safe and pleasant ride. See you back as well. Thank you.
Flying with us on America. If you are not an Advantage member, you can sign up at BBJ.com/join to earn miles for today's flight and continue earning miles with our retail and travel partners.
Excuse me, I don't offer air
Our
miles.
Advantage Aviator MasterCard
Or a
miles for everyday
MasterCard.
purchases and enjoy benefits. Not an Aviator card member?
You lot of empty seats if you're looking to land in one piece, trust me.
In flight today.
Fact, visual effects, is it? Yes. Passenger show.
Connect to the AA in-flight signal.
Passengers that have magically boarded the plane in midair. Welcome. You're all going to probably have a lot of fun on the way back down.
If you need to power your device, AC power outlets are located at every seat.
You should have thought about that before you got the plane.
Please keep your seatbelt fastened and visible to the crew when the seatbelt sign is on, as turbulence can happen unexpectedly. If you open an overhead compartment, use caution, as carry-on items may have shifted during takeoff.
You done now, advertising man? You done. Good. Hello from the flight deck. This is your captain. You're screwed. Thank you. Oh dear. 150 at 6. It's changing a bit, but that's fine. flying due east towards Libreville. Still climbing up. Top climb is in 10 miles. Wind's doing a bit of a swerve at the moment, which is kind of fine. So let's bring up the flight plan here and show where we are. Now, I did knock off this and this. It was basically direct cop up and then to Libreville. And all the way down here to Tome-Brazzaville, where it's looking like we'll be expecting like 2.7-ish. Looks like it's at 2.7. 0.5. Okay, 0.5. I guess. That works too. Under 74 knots, 21,000, 22,000. Oh, that's 23,000 feet. Let's go. Let's look at fat spy here. Here I am. I have conveniently highlighted myself in orange so that I know where I am, which is always useful. Libreville's about here, and we're heading down to Brazzaville, which means we're going to be flying over Libreville and then just heading straight down. Wait, holy cow, Ireland's busy. There's going to be a big event tonight with, I think, France and Germany doing a lot of training, so I'm not entirely surprised. Oh, Cork Approach is online. If only Cork worked for me. I might do some flights later on just to get used to ATC. So we are now in cruise. 23,000 feet. Heading due east. And we're anticipating to be there. So we want to do current time in sim is 15:24, so an hour and a half, roughly. To bring us up to about 9 o'clock Irish time. Yours just popped. No, cabin pressure is actually good. Turn the logo and wing lights off now. Don't need them. Fasten seatbelt sign is auto. Automatically switch on if we're expecting any turbulence, which I'm not. And we can just, yeah, the wheels on this plane aren't set up. Blah. Hello, Alexander. What do you think of the notification email I've got set up for Twitch, by the way? Alexander specifically. In particular. In specific? In particularly specifically? Words. Need to take like 20 minutes, half an hour later on today. Set up some views for this thing. Ah, now you're on Twitch. I'd still love to know why Twitch chat hasn't decided to connect to Restream. That's interesting. Or why Restream hasn't decided to connect to Twitch chat. That's somehow both interesting and annoying. Alexander making most of everything right now. Isilium. What's my destination? My destination is Brazzaville. In which Congo is Brazzaville? In the Republic of the Congo. You're ready to follow? Well, thank you very much. Is this a meme leg? No, this is a normal leg. The next leg is the meme leg, and that'll possibly be Monday. That's Brazzaville to Kinshasa, which is literally just fly over a river and you're there. The joy of all this is I can get rid of all the bloody ortho I've got, which is... Can I turn the AC up, please? It's a bit warm. Sure. Where's the air conditioning switch? It's over here somewhere. Are you forward or back? Are you towards the forward front of the plane or towards the back DMF? Because I can make it cold. Let's make it all. Oh, AC off. No, cold. 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 It's a maximum cold. That's 4 rows at the back. So you just want max. Actually, if you're at the back, there we go. Maximum heat. Now, let's just set back to auto. Because 20 degrees Celsius is actually a really pleasant temperature. Doesn't seem it on a plane, but it is. Let's annoy the attendants. Just open a window. Yeah, you're what? Yes. Feel free to start service. I already told you yes. Heidi, you're getting on my nerves now. Ding dong means yes. There we go. Heidi, shoot you up. You would you? Traveled for the first time by plane a month ago. Very cool. Where'd you go? Where from and to? Do you know what? I've never been in a small plane. I've only ever been in. The smallest I've been in was an Embraer 170. But in terms of like planes, what I have been in, it's been primarily these. What I'm flying right now, the 737-800. I might have been in a 700 with KLM, but I'm not 100% sure. They usually fly 700 on the route that I went on with KLM. Between Schiphol and Nuremberg, but I might well have been an 800. Didn't really get a good look at the outside of the plane to know. You're happy to not get sky disease, yeah. Flew to Airbus the A320 214 there in Lingus. That was quite an interesting experience. Although I will say, Oh, you didn't get air sick. You get seasick. I'm pretty good at not getting sick in general. You show aerial modern stuff. Very good. I'm so glad they do that with Chernobyl. And the Russians are claiming that's some sort of weird. Like the Russians are claiming that's propaganda and lies, which is hilarious to me. No, that's what actually happened. You guys caused it. Don't try and claim otherwise. The real question is, how long is this flight going to take? Because I don't want to be streaming until 9 o'clock because I want some me time. I should watch it. I need to get it up on my computer at some point. And watch Chernobyl through. It's definitely it suits my interests. Getting a car, it's not good for as well. It's kind of problem. I used to get car sick when I was younger, but not too much anymore. Pretty much not ever. I'm not very good on boats, so I tend to get really nervous, but I'm fine with them. It gets interesting and there's a bit of rough seas. But planes are really, like, the only thing I hate about flying is airports. Love planes, hate airports. Why is Stay Hydrated bot shouting at me? Go away! We're having food soon. Leave me alone, Stay Hydrated bot, you bully. Should consume 240 ml of water to maintain optimal hydration. I'd be peeing like a racehorse if I did that. I'm not sure what you're trying to get there, Casidium. I don't remember any of my Twitch. I need to set MooBot or something up again for Twitch. It's command Tommy following. Ah! I can tell you it is 327 people following me on Twitch. Steak and chips, yo. Works with WiseBot. I think I've got like MooBot in the chat somewhere. But it's been so long since I streamed on Twitch that I can't remember how I've set anything up. I need to rejig Twitch because I want to start streaming on here a bit more. YouTube viewers, I'm not forgetting about you, just YouTube chat's been silent for the last 10 minutes. Our in-flight meal today is steak and chips. I'm from USA. No, I'm from Ireland. Never been to the. I've never left Europe. Is it curry sauce or is it gravy? Oh, it's oh my god, that's delicious. Yeah, Ireland. But I lived in the UK for a couple of years as well. Like, I'm from Ireland, went to college in the went to university in the UK. So I lived there for 3 years. And I'm back in Ireland. You got to travel when you were very young. You didn't know how to speak English in Europe. Well, your English, if you think your English is weak, Acidium, it is much better than my French. Because my French is basically bonjour and oui. And yeah. I always enjoy how non-native English speakers apologize for not being able to speak English very well in better English than most native English speakers. Because I have noticed this. It's like, I do apologize. My English is not very good. Like, somebody who speaks English would go, "Saws not good English, saws." Lol. It's kind of a running joke. You got 5 years of private lessons with a real English neighbour. Very cool. I want to try and brush up on my my German. I want to get back into languages and being a bit of a polyglot. Because I can speak English, a bit of Irish, but that's basically a dead language. And German. You began exams on the 20th of May. I genuinely don't know what you just said, exam. You got 19 out of 20 for your final. Very good. Can't complain about that at all. Let's change heading here to, it's gonna be about 130. Yeah, 130. English is a good language. It's a pain to learn though. Welcome back, Simulator Gaming Author T. It's steak and chips. And gravy. Delicious, delicious gravy, which is why I'm swirling my chips in the gravy. English is, as far as I'm aware, one of the most difficult languages to learn for non-native speakers. Because we have a lot of words that are spelled identically, but pronounced completely differently. And a lot of words that are just pronounced completely differently from how you think. That's something I really like about French and German and still live, yeah, Henry. We are just coming over Libreville currently. I'm gonna come through a small bit of weather, but not too much. There's not gonna be many flight sim streamers around on Twitch or YouTube. In is the correct word there. How long till I land? We're 22 minutes up. Oh crap! 1700 to 1540, an hour 20. Roughly. You guys have an ETA available to you on the stream. Like our ETA is 1949 Zulu, which is 8:49 British and Irish time. An hour 20 minutes real time, yeah. This is a different flight, by the way. Like, I'm not still on the first flight. I had to start explaining like 2 or 3 times in between all this. I know the word baguette. Does that mean I can speak a bit of French? Game's so realistic. I mean, this 737 is, according to like actual 737 pilots, incredibly realistic, and it's free. Like, you can't knock free as a price. Okay, that just sounded amazing. How much was this game? It's €65 currently, but it's... It's likely to go... Sorry, I'm just trying to listen to that sound. That is beautiful. This game is like €65, which is about £60, I think. But it goes on sale pretty much every Steam sale. Sounds amazing, yeah. It sounds amazing in my headphones too. Oh, that was nice. If you want to learn about how to fly, what you get, you've never done any flying. But if you were to get X-Plane, get yourself like a joystick of some description, ideally a HOTAS. Cheap one will do fine. Just so you got a throttle quadrant and a joystick. Ideally 6-axis joystick. Or something to do with the rudders. Or to do the rudders with, whichever. And I mean, if you want to learn the very basics of flying, Cessna 172, which X-Plane comes with. Okay, X-Plane. X-Plane, it's not... It's not easy. X-Plane ain't easy. But the flight model is... I can't say realistic, but believable, and I've heard from watching real pilots streaming on Twitch and YouTube that it is reasonably close to what you'd expect in a real plane for the most part. But if you want to learn the basics of flying, a Cessna 172 is what you want. The EasyJet in Ireland. I don't know if EasyJet has many flights to Ireland. I'm sure they do. But I mean, we have Ryanair, which basically does everything. You go to Dublin Airport on any given day, you see just a line of Ryanair's and or Aer Lingus planes getting ready to take off. EasyJet is expensive? I thought that was a budget airline. You gotta, I know EasyJet goes to Belfast. I don't know about Dublin or Cork or Shannon. Oh, less expensive. I misread that, sorry. Yeah, EasyJet are budget. Flybe does. With the dashes. Air France is more expensive. Yeah, Air France though, you pay a bit more and you get quite good service. I was very impressed with the service on board the 2 Air France flights I was on. From Nuremberg to Charles de Gaulle to Cork. The service was second to none aboard the Embraers, the E-Jets. The service was great. Bit of an unfair comparison to every other plane I've been on. I was in a emergency exit row, so the leg room on the second flight was amazing. I just had so much room. Air France though, that isn't a budget airline. EasyJet is. Like with budget airlines, you pay for no frills, no fancy crap. You just pay to get a seat on a plane, and that's about all you need. With someone with a group like Air France, hey Ryan, with a group like Air France, you're paying for a bit more of a premium service. Like Aer Lingus, I think are going in the wrong direction, trying to compete with Ryanair directly. I think Aer Lingus would be better off going for the more premium service. Air France and KLM, Lufthansa provide. I think that'd be a much more suitable way for them to do it. I don't know why, by the way, the now playing isn't working. It should be. I have it all set up perfectly. It's just not wanting to work. But trying as a big airline like Aer Lingus that does long hauls and all. This is the crucial difference between Ryanair and Aer Lingus. Aer Lingus has long hauls. Focus on quality of service as opposed to trying to get no frills. Because like I flew Aer Lingus once, and it was basically like every Ryanair flight I've been on. The leg room was basically non-existent, even though it was in front of the plane. Oh, I'm sorry. Speak a bit too fast. Aer Lingus and Ryanair are very similar. Aer Lingus are trying to compete directly with Ryanair, and having flown with both, the experience with Aer Lingus was disappointing. I was expecting them to be better than they are. With Ryanair, you expect some weird stuff, and literally one flight on Ryanair, I remember this distinctly. I was flying here into Newcastle Airport for college, and it was an early morning flight. You know, I think it was 5 or 6. We left Dublin Airport, and landed in Newcastle. Got off the plane. I've been to 3, yes. Landed in Newcastle. Got off the plane. No security because it was regarded as a domestic flight due to special agreements between Ireland and the UK. And the airport wasn't open. There was a plane full of people stood in a corridor because the airport hadn't opened yet for arrivals. Because the rock, the Blarney Stone, you mean? Blarney. I've never been to the Blarney Stone. I've been to Blarney, never been to the stone. Or the castle, actually. Then again, you see one 14th century castle. You see them all. You're 14, you're 33 today. I'm 28 and I haven't done anywhere near as much travelling as I maybe should. I want to do a lot more travelling, just don't have the money for it, which kind of sucks. I'd love to go to Paris and see more than just Terminal 2E or 2 Echo of Charles de Gaulle. You know, more than just a departure lounge, because I was there for 4 hours and I got boring really quickly. Paris isn't the best city in France. Well, I want to do the touristy crap. I want to see the Eiffel Tower, the Champs-Élysées, the Louvre, the Mona Lisa. You live in Brest. That has the best air traffic control area. Brest control. I love Brest. As somebody who plays flight sim and has a sense of humor. Hello, ground clouds. Let's do this amazing fly past again, because that sound is just amazing. That just sounds so good. What happened at Notre Dame? I'm not sure what's going on with it at the moment. I think they're trying to figure out exactly how much work needs to be done. You're 20 minutes from the airport. That is pretty cool. The closest airport to me is an hour away. And, it's not the busiest airport in the world. You travel by ferry, which would have meant you landed in probably Rosslare. Disease. You probably ended up in Rosslare. Yeah, storm. Oh, that's fun. Rough seas are fun. It's like being on a roller coaster. You went the entire way in the toilet? 80% of the time. Oh, that yeah, not so fun then. Marcel, hello. What's our ETA looking like now? Dude, it's slipping. Ah! This headwind isn't doing me any good, even though it's only 15 knots. Now, it could go up. What are the en route winds looking like? Do we have weather forecasts here? Yes, we do. That's at 180, 240. You know, if I go up to 300, Ireland has some of the best scenery in Europe. That's all headwinds. That's annoying. There's no way to get better speed. I'm kind of biased and thinking Ireland is just boring because pretty much all it has is grass and trees, but I know that some people like grass and trees. Do a barrel roll. I could, but it has a habit of screwing everything up. I did an Cessna before, Marcel, and it broke things. I had to fly using actual, like, trying to figure out what the hell was going on with everything. For an hour. So, I don't tend to do barrel rolls as much unless I'm in a fighter jet now. Or in a fighter, which is made to do those. This gravy is delicious. Oh my god. Let's give a position update here using Navigraph. So currently, just east of Lambaréne. Graves is best, yeah. And quite far north of Sangala. And Franceville. Some of these place names are amazing. Like Bandundu, Kikwit, Mbuji Mai, Musumba, Lubumbashi, Lubumbashi sounds like something a sumo wrestler would do. Ndola, Zambezi. Oh, there's what Zambezi is. Rowena, Owambo, Malanje, League. Many capitals of South Africa, which has 4: Cape Town, Port Elizabeth, Durban, Joburg. Some of this is gonna make for some very interesting ortho when we get there. Of course, in Kenya we've got Kilimanjaro. I think it's in Kenya. And Kenya, is it not in Kenya? I just thought Kilimanjaro was in Kenya. Is it in Ethiopia? Where the hell is Mount Kilimanjaro? That's not mountainous enough for it to be Kilimanjaro. That's not mountainous for Kilimanjaro. Is it in Tanzania? Better get this Navigraph map. This is the new update to Navigraph, came out like last week. Thank you very much, Iselia. Tanzania is not. Must be like right up at the top. There we go. There's Kilimanjaro. Brest Airport is in the game. Brest Airport is, yeah. Pretty much every airport in the world is. I've not come across an airport yet that isn't in game. Unless it's like an airport that was built in the last year or two. Thank you, Matt. I found Kilimanjaro. Yeah, Ortho. Well, get Ortho for XP and start generating it then, Sam. It's free. It just takes a butt ton of hard drive space. At what point would you consider it to be worth buying Navigraph? Think about it now. So I mean, if you're flying mainly commercial jets, Navigraph is useful so that you can get reference charts. It's not so useful if you're flying mainly GA. But I mean, if you're planning on doing mainly 737 flights or even a Saab, definitely worthwhile. It's actually slightly more worthwhile if you plan on using VATSIM, because you can reference the charts and do directs and stuff, and then alter stuff kind of on the fly. But mainly, like, if you want to use realistic procedures, that's when you want to be getting Navigraph. Well, GA you can fly IFR as well. It's like it's VFR that Navigraph is useless for. I'm trying to think, is there another reason that you want? Is there like a limiting factor to wanting to get Navigraph? I don't think there is. It's like, it's basically just, if you decide you want Navigraph, get Navigraph. Because I mean, it hooks into SimBrief, which hooks back into Navigraph, and it's all fine. Nice, but the chart's not having to play. Yeah, I mean, if I go to Avitab Airport, FCBB, I can have a look right now at the airport. So you got runway 0523, and if I bring up main Navigraph as well. if I bring up Navigraph here, and bring up the same chart. You can see that it is just straight up the Navigraph chart, because it is Navigraph integration. Right, seeing personal preference, in brief, Project Fly, Navigraph. That's just the systems I use. There are other methods and other places you can go and other software, but I like my trifecta. Especially with Navigraph in the mix. Because if SimBrief can't generate a flight plan, I can just generate one and decide on an altitude myself. It was very important. You wouldn't have liked Navigraph pre-update. Charts updated. It had a horrific UI. Not particularly user-friendly. But now that it's updated and it was bad. I used it, but it was bad. The new update is definitely a vast improvement. Especially seeing as I do like this as a kind of a parity trick. Like, oh, for the love of goodness. Approaches go IS 05 from Kronos. Add to the route. You say I want to use this and use the chart and the map at the same time. Well, there you go. We got the map overlay. Say I want the waypoint labels. There you go. It just kind of all works together in a nice integrated fashion. We are how far from top descent? 231 miles. Still quite a while. I do enjoy how with cold and dark this plane, or when you cold and dark this plane, it takes about 10 minutes to get it into pre-taxi setup, which conveniently is about the same amount of time it takes for the IRS to align. Like the IRS, I got it set to realistic, and it takes 8 minutes of real time, which is about the same amount of time you want to program the rest of the plane up. Good add-ons that are free. XRAS is very good. That's the shouty lady. There's some good Lewis scripts you can get, like for the clouds to make them look a bit better. What else do I have? Mainly scripts. Better pushback is a must. That is just a godsend. Avitab, obviously. Terrain radar is very useful. The weather radar is very useful. Fly with Lua is just useful as a hub for various things. Then, actually, if the tablet in the 7.3 is working, you've got Avitab. There's a weather radar plugin as well that actually allows the weather radar on the 7.3 to work on Zebo. No problem, dear Matt. Most of them are just me, quote unquote, doing my job. Flight sim streams with me having fun. Yeah, the weather radar is a plug-in, which is annoying because I really wish there was kind of a default weather radar. That's a criticism I have of X-Plane. Trying to stop yourself going in the deep end, buying payware. I mean, if you want to get payware, you could go with the Flight Factor A320, but that's $90. But it is super good quality. What else is really good payware? 732 would not suit you at all. The SSG E-jets are terrible. I mean, they work, but they're not very good. Sometimes they decide to just orbit for no reason. The X-Craft's E-jets have some funny things going on, but I'm not a big fan. Nice looking models, good FMC stuff. Yeah, you're gonna want, honestly, the Flight Factor A320. It's expensive, but you get what you pay for. It's a stunning model. The really good FMC, Airbus FMC is different to Boeing's, but it's fairly good. The SSG 747 series is quite good as well. I've been having issues with frame rates, but I'm working on that. Coronado Saab 340 is really fun. It doesn't have the best FMC in the world, but it's really fun to fly. It's just got to explain default. The Flight Factor 757 is really good, but I struggle with it for some reason. Basically anything about Flight Factor is amazing. Coronado, can't remember what it looks than anything else, so Coronado planes would be good. There's a Challenger 300 by, is it D-Den? All of them pretty much, Matt. There's no good regional jets in X-Plane at the moment. There's all of the Embraers aren't very good. I have the SSG E-jets, and they work, but they're a faff. If you want something that could pass as a regional jet, have a look at the Challenger 300 from D-Den. It's really good. Uses again X-Plane default FMC, so it's not the best FMC in the world, but it works really nicely. It flies nicely. A bit difficult to land because it's the engines are on the tail or towards the tail, but other than that, I mean, I have no complaints. I really enjoy it. There's also the Citation from Coronado. Anything by Coronado is good. Not perfect in terms of like realistic systems, but you said you don't care. Coronado tend to use X-Plane default FMCs and stuff, so basically Boeing FMC with a couple of tweaks to it. It's daytime. Dash 8 any good? Wait, hold off on the Dash 8. FlyJ Sim are bringing out a new Dash 8 in the near future to replace the one that's currently on the store, so hold that thought. Just like I'm holding the thought of getting it myself, because there is a new, much better one on the way. And I don't know if they'll give the new one to existing customers or the old one, so I'm holding on the presumption they won't. Steak and gravy, yes. I mean, honestly, Matt. Honestly, if you're thinking about doing short up, it's like East Mids to Edinburgh, have a look at the Coronado Saab. It's a bit older, a bit more of a faff at times to fly, but it at least used to do those flights. Landing, it's a bit fun. Doesn't really like landing, like taking off, but not landing. Yeah, Logan Air fly those. And they actually do have a route East Mids to Edinburgh. And it comes with a Logan Air livery. It also, if you want to do some Flybe flights, comes with a Flybe livery. And I can send you on Discord an Aer Lingus livery I converted from P3E for it. What's going on down there? Screwy ortho. Terrible. The Aerosoft ATR is atrocious. I bought it, I regret it. The FMC makes no sense whatsoever. It flies okay, but not very good. For the most part, yeah. At the moment, anyway. I really wish there was a good passenger turboprop. I actually wish Coronado would bring their ATR 42 over to X-Plane, but that is quite new still for P3. For P3D. So I'm hoping they're working on a conversion over to X-Plane. If they do, oh my god, yes. I'll have an Aer Lingus skin for that. Well, that baby in 10 minutes flat. What else is good for X-Plane? It's mainly like 737s, A320s and all. Other good planes to be looking at. But then you get to with the sub, it's actually easier. You just program in the route and zip off. The only bit of faff is it doesn't like climbing too much. Because it puts the default values for a jet into the FMC, you'll have to learn. This is where I kept crashing it. You remember I said it learned by crashing. You need to change your climbing speed to like 160 or 170 knots. Nope, none of that. You just, you can do it from Simbrief, but there's no performance indexes or anything. And, the only thing you really need to do is learn to start the damn thing, and then like trim the props when you're in the air. I do plan on streaming the 7.4. It's not actually the Queen of the Sky, which is I've got the 7.48. The Queen of the Sky is the 7.44. But I am working on figuring out what the hell is going wrong with that. I'm thinking that it might be just an issue with X-Plane not having Vulkan in yet, which is a new method by which calculations happen. Blah blah blah, faff. Long story short, X-Plane runs on like 2 cores, I think. It doesn't really deal with hyper-threading too well. And my CPU hyper-threads and doesn't make use of it at all. Vulkan, in theory, will. So, I'm looking forward to that and seeing if it makes a difference, number 1, and number 2. If it does, how much of a difference it makes. 1 hour into the flight, we're at 1617 Zulu. Landing time has moved again to 1702 Zulu. We are over the... It looks like we're over a jungly kind of area. A bit of a mountainous jungle. With some clouds. Headwind's still there, no significant weather to worry about. I can actually bring that in. 138 nautical miles to top drop. So it'll be a little while yet. Considering the 40 odd minutes we got to go over here, it's 205 miles, so we're about a half hour from about 25-30 minutes from top drop. More steak, please. How long would it take me to get from Heathrow to Vegas or Phoenix? That'd be looking at about a 7 to 10 hour flight. Even to get to Miami is like 5. I mean, if the Kalamata Concorde was a bit more affordable for me and worked better than it does, a bit more feature complete with tutorials and stuff, I would totally, number 1, buy it, number 2, try and do Concorde across the pond. How long did it take? 2 hours or something like that? 2-3 hours? I'd do that flight. I'd probably do one of the meme legs in a Concorde. Take off, desperately try not to stall, and get it back down to land to 250 knots. Yes, please. Which that's a fun thing about the Concorde. That maybe some people don't know. Is once you get below 10,000 feet, there is actually a speed limit for planes. And that speed limit is 250 knots unless ATC gives you an exception. Concorde literally needed that exception. It could not fly below 250 knots. When Concorde was coming in or out of an airport, the controllers had to make space for the damn thing. They had to free up, I think, 20 miles behind it, and I think 30 miles ahead of it. And I didn't give it altitude just to make sure it wouldn't crash. Because it was so well engineered to go Mach 2.2 that they didn't really think about anything really sub Mach 1. Basically a supersonic only plane. And if it could have been lifted up into the air by 747 up to 30,000 feet where it could then go supersonic, it probably would have been a much better plane. although it would have been significantly more expensive to run, because you would then need a 747 and some sort of method by which you load the Concorde onto that would have been a terrible idea. It'd be hilarious watching a 747 taking off with another, you know, huge plane on its back. That's probably the best thing to do, man, is learn the A320 or learn the 73 and base your knowledge off that, and then you can get an A320. And a lot of the FMC stuff is the same, but the phrasing is different. And keeping to free stuff and ortho is just a good idea, especially if you're not into GA all that much. I mean, there's some, yeah. Because the last thing you need is Airbus shouting about flex temps. The last thing you need is, you know, man flex SRS, no blue and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, oh, now I'm confused. In Boeing, N1, go. I'm sure there's more to the phrasing for takeoff on a Boeing, but in an Airbus it's man flex something 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 something. Also, there's no degrees of flaps. It's literally flaps 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and maybe max on top of 5. I don't know. It's been a while since I've flown a 320. Arrival set up here. Pago 1 Papa 2 minus 5. Joystick is it ILS? No, that's wrong. ILS Zulu. There is sufficient fuel. Shush. There you go. Top of descent in 101 nautical miles. More than enough fuel to make it 200 miles. No weather to worry about today, which is really nice. Just need to worry about getting the plane down. And we got an ILS, which is even nicer, so I don't need to worry about doing a visual again. By the way, this is why I use autopilot, so I can eat and just chill out while I'm in cruise. Barrel set, engine sets good, that's right. Oh, that's on. Yeah, no, that's all set good. Landing altitude is something I need to set. Airport elevation is not on this chart. Oh, there it is. 37. Wait, no, that's 37 hectopascals. What's the actual apparent elevation? 1052. 1050 then. Altitude 1050. Perfect. We are, with the exception of altitude and flaps and all that, pretty much ready to land. Just put my range rings, which coincidentally actually work on this plane. You can see them dotted around the airport there. I don't know why the 737 Ultimate doesn't work. But, hey ho, that's the way life goes sometimes. We are, no, I don't want to type C. 67 miles from top to center, so probably at 5 minutes. Heidi! I love how every time I do that, oh, there's a delay and then she says, can we go ahead and start serving? Let's do a quick PA. There we go. Top-notch PAs there. Literally all of them at once. Why not? There is an airport in the clouds over there. I see you, Cloud Airport. Let's see what Vatson looks like over Western Africa right now. Literally just me. There's a dude flying an A330 and a dude flying something for Royal Air Morocco Virtual. Not a whole lot. This is, for me, the worst part of flying big commercial jets, is just waiting for top descent. What does this say? Absolutely nothing. Yes. You be you, blank panel. Welcome back, Matt. We're gonna need anti-ice, I think. Not. In fact, we're only at -4 degrees here, 28,000 or 23,000 feet. So yeah, definitely not. Oh, stay hydrated, bots complaining again. What different things on the star charts mean? What do you mean, like this? Waypoint, waypoint. Radar vector. 130 degrees. The number here is the distance. I'm not sure what D24.8 means. Probably reverse track. Oh no, it's the radio from the. Is it the radio though? No, it's not. Yes, it is. It's the inverse radio of the. Oh no! It's distance from the airport. 24.8 DME and then 12-mile arc. And we're taking the Poglo one, Papa, by Poglo to 0.14 miles out to take a 12-mile arc over to Thomas at our 4,500, and then Brazzaville. Are the approach charts? Bring up the ILS chart. Overlay. So this stuff, because I think this is what confuses you. Bring this up a bit more full screen. So this just says what airport it is, where it is, what chart it is, various frequencies for radio, which fortunately I'm not needing at the moment. Glide slope 2.9, IBV is 1960 feet, so if we look here, 2.9 IBV, you want to be 1960 feet there. Decision height, decision altitude, that's a barometric reference. The H is for radar altitude, which I'll need to put in still actually. Apparent elevation is 1,052 feet. Runway is 1,028 feet. Minimum safe altitude is 4,500 around the VOR, which obviously would be going below, but that's because basically because of reasons. Then you got your missed approach, climb straight ahead to 4,500 at 4.4 out from the ILS. Turn left to intercept and follow radio 276 of Brazzaville until established on 12 DME arc. So that's just if you fail to land for whatever reason. And that's not necessarily a missed approach that you'll get. Sometimes they'll say fly published missed, in which case you fly this. Sometimes they'll just give you a radar and just say stay runway heading for however long, and then they'll give you further vectors afterwards. Recommended altitudes here are if there's no glide slope available, and just gives you a list of heights you should be at certain points. And here's the minimum decision altitude at 200 above. Runway height, again radar vectors, and different minimum safe altitudes. You can see there that right at the end you go below minimum safe. This gives you your feet per minute they should be at different speeds. So at 70 knots, 72 feet per minute for a 3-degree slope. 160 knots, 849 feet per minute. This is minimums, so 200 feet minimums for ILS. With glide slope about 292 feet. RVR, and here is runway visibility restriction, which here is going to be basically a restricted visibility on the runway, I think. one of the two. Basically, how far away you'll be able to see the runway from, at minimum. It's going to be 10 plus kilometers there, so we don't need to worry about that. So we'll set 200 feet. This is for the localizer if the light itself isn't working. Basically, at what height you want to be seeing the runway, or what distance even. Circle land is just another bunch of minimums and not authorized denied. And then this over here, HIALS and REIL, PAPI is just what visibility stuff is on the runway. So high intensity ALS, I can't remember what ALS is. REIL is runway lighting, and PAPI is the 2 white and 2 red lights you should be seeing as you come down. Now we are 13 miles from top of descent. Let's get this down to our ALS height, which is going to be about 25. It's going to be more than 2,500. Probably going to be about 3,500. So let's just check. ALS altitude 3,000. Recall, good. Probably going to need to pull out the speed brakes as well. Makes a lot more sense than it did 3 minutes ago. A lot of it's just kind of looking at charts and figuring out what makes the most sense for where you are. So let's get the minimums in at 200 here. Didn't do this at the last airport because I forgot. Minimum set 200 radio. 3,000 set. Target 254 knots. Target speed. Mach 605 and reducing. Standard pressure down to 4,500. We'll call it 5,000 and we will our flight level 5060, and then we'll swap to QNH. We can zoom in our PFD or FD or whatever you want to call it. We got a lovely little bit of a sunset landing going on. This has worked out very well. So when we start our descent in about a mile, 4 or 5 miles time, what I am anticipating is we'll nose down to about 2,000 feet per minute. Our altitude will start dropping, our speed will start increasing, and down here we will get a warning saying additional drag required. So let's just watch all of this happen at once. One mile from top of descent. There's top of descent. There is our nav profile coming in. There's our altitude decreasing. There's the engine spooling back to idle. And oh, speed stop. No. There we go. There's the speed increase I was anticipating. It's slow, but it's there. So just put a small bit of spoilers out. Small bit more. Just want to hold the speed relatively stable. Too much. Take it back. There we go. It's gonna hold the speed stable at 256 knots. As we descend, we will have a period of about 10,000 feet where we'll be slowing again. But until then, we can just enjoy the ground clouds, because of course there are ground clouds and the mist. feet. Let's approach altitude. Imagine it's snow. In the densest African jungle. This approach altitude is 4,500. Actually, no, we need to have 3,000 set until we're on glide slope, then we set 4,500 before we get to 1,000 feet stabilized. This approach altitude set. So, Our anticipated arrival time is exactly 9 p.m. Irish time. 2000 Zulu. No, it's not. It's 1949 Zulu. We are descending, and it's actually showing you the ground speed of 337 knots on the overlay I've just spotted. It's a bit, I suppose, a bit more accurate than airspeed, showing how fast the plane is actually traveling along the ground. So as we descend, our max speed is going to decrease, because as we descend there's going to be more air resistance, which means that while the indicated airspeed is steady, the actual airspeed is reducing. What screen is that you can see? This screen over here with the bright orange glow, that's the sun. That is the sun, because we're flying east. No, the FNC. Oh, this is the progress page. You get there by hitting prog. So you get legs there, and you get progress. Gives you your top percent, wind, nav status, all that kind of stuff. Can I do... where is it? ACARS, ATIS request, please. For... I want to see if this works. FCBB. We are on VATSIM, so this might work. We'll send a request for an ATIS. This might not work, this might work. Oh, hang on, we already got it. There we go. Aha! Variable 1 knot, 6,000. No sig. 2520 Q, 1014, no sig. 6,000. 6,000 what? Hang on a second, what the crap is that kind of... even trying to tell me? That's visibility. Ah, visibility 6 kilometers. There is, through the fire and flames of the Cloud Mountains, a road. The Cloud Mountain Road has cars on the Cloud Mountain Road. Look at the cars on the Cloud Mountain Road. Going through their business until they reach the dirt road, where the road magically ends. Got some nice views here. If you ignore the clouds, we've got some nice views. Got some pretty rough mountain plateaus over here. Now playing... Hang on, the previous song was called VFR. That's amazing. We should, in the distance, start seeing some lights from Brazzaville. And from the
Oh, hi,
airport.
thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
Thank you very much for the €10. Was that Matt? Marco Pierre White. Thank you, Marco Pierre White. For the €10. I'm gonna make you a Zebo skin later, Worth. The entire plane is just Marco Pierre White's nose. Alright, I'll do something funny with Zebo. And Marco Pierre White. So there is the ocean, which means Brazzaville. Oh crap! Sudden visibility drop. Actually, that is really dramatic. I knew it was you. I was just kind of Because I didn't have stream levels open. Mark up here. I might make one that's just Ainsley Harriott gurning on the tail. And that's it. Just plain white plane. But it's just Ainsley Harriott doing that really weird face. Is the entire tail. There's the airport. Yep. That's the airport right there. We're flying directly towards it, but we've got a 10-mile arc to do, which means surrounding the airport is Brazzaville. I actually do want to regen this this ortho because yeah. By the way, if you're wondering what the next leg is and why I'm calling it a good grief, why I'm calling the next leg a meme leg, if the plane would like to maybe stop banking 73 degrees to the right, I will show you. Come on. There we go. So, there's the Brazzaville airport, right there. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but just there in the mist, some white lights. That's Kinshasa. That's the next leg. Literally there to there. And I want to do it in the city, and it's something that I think would possibly do this leg in that leg in real life. So it's gonna be something silly like Piper Cub tail tracker. Plus, I want an excuse to use Piper Cub because it's so damn slow. It's not worth doing on a decent leg. So we're gonna find the DME arc. Drag require. There we go. A little bit more drag. Set barrel standard or set barrel QNH. 1014, just want to verify 1014 is still relevant. Send a new meter request there. Yep, 1014 no seek. And airport is in sight. I forgot to plug in the ILS frequency, which is 111.7. Let's do that real quick. 111.7. There. I didn't even mean to do that perfectly like that, but it worked. Drag no longer required. Or drag is fine. Init ref. Flaps 30 will do wind correct. 5 knots. That's fine. That's not correct. There we go. We've already got the damn thing. Oh, yeah. That's fine. We'll level off at 3,000 and it'll come back to us. I can't believe I can actually see the entirety of the next. Hang on, is that an airport there? Oh, that'd be an even more funny meme, like there to literally there instead of the. Hang on, no. It's hidden behind the window at the moment. There to there or there. I'll probably choose to bring something a bit bigger than Piper Cub out. But the options there. Vorlock, engage. And we can start pulling out the drag now. Speed brake is armed. Speed override. Yeah, no, minimum clean, minimum clean. set approach mode now.
Thousand to go.
Okay, so we should intercept the ILS. So at this point, I bring the throttle back and go flaps 1.
2,500.
Grab the glide slope. Come on. Override. I believe we're too high. Glide slope captured. 4,500. Set. Speed down. Flaps 15. Gear down. Yeah, the speed down to VREF. Flaps 30. And we are not lined up the runway.
1,000.
3,000 feet, stabilized, missile approach altitude.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
Approaching 0, 5.
Airspeed low. Airspeed low. Airspeed low. Airspeed low. Airspeed
500.
Airspeed low. Light slow.
400.
Light slow. Light slow. Light slow.
Okay, there we go.
300. Approaching minimums.
That nearly went very badly.
200. Minimums. 100. 50. 40. 30. 10. 10.
Ooh, that was terrible.
Positive rate.
Did not like. Hang on, positive rate. No, man, there we go. Full reverse because the plane really hated that. AQ starting while we're still slowing. I forgot to set auto brake. GG me.
900 meters remaining.
That was completely aerodynamic braking. Minus 200 is good landing. That was just terrible because the ILS had decided to go to a runway that had no lights. The seatbelt sign might have been off that entire time as well. Okay. Let's get the strobes off. And let's have a look at the ground chart for the airport, which may or may not be correct. Because I didn't check if there was any decent scenery for Brazzaville. Airport. Current position is This chart does not support moving maps. That leads me to believe we might be not at the right airport. Oh, we might be at the right airport, but it doesn't support moving maps, which is slightly concerning. Oh well, we'll just go down this apron here. Plane did not like that landing one bit. That's just for funsies. Show you what happens if I switch this to real time, which is 10 o'clock local. Boom, darkness. But it looks really good. I really like how this game looks at night with X-Vision. Let's see, flaps up, that's good, that's all good. APU's online. APU lead, engage. Engines are ready to go off. The plane's mostly in one piece. Being a bit of a Ryanair taxi, I just realised. Let's get down to Libreville. Do a flyby, an extremely slow flyby, on the a roll by. There we go. From nope. From what? No, that's flyby. Is it 5, 6, 7? What's the tower view? 5. That is decidedly not where the tower is. Like the tower is visibly over there. Got a master caution because I got the APU bleed on, that's fine. Actually piling up master cautions through doing this, but what harm? Park up beside the FedEx there. Actually, we'll park up beside the inexplicable Lufthansa CRJ. There we go. Why does the United States Postal Service have an outlet in Brazzaville? What do I turn off? This can go off. Just use the main taxi light. Which hopefully is, oh, that was on. Yes. I'm sure they 100% do. Yeah, let's park up by the Lufthansa, in between Lufthansa and Scandinavian. I don't... This is a problem with X-Plane scenery sometimes, is they just have inexplicable planes at airports. This is somewhere in between default and freeware, because like The Lufthansa CRJ 700 makes no sense being here. Actually, that's an ERJ 145, isn't it? The Scandinavian Avro makes almost as little sense. Hello, dude. You're getting a 737 parking in front of you. Taxi lights off. All those off. Oh my god, are you actually gonna signal me in? You go, my dude. I didn't realize this was a thing here. Also, Matt, autogate. I've got a signaling dude here. This is thoroughly pointless. I'm not going to be able to see him in a second. I'm potentially going to run him over if I'm not careful. Nearly. Nearly. And we're good. And 2 blue, 1 red, engines are dead. The entire chat's just you for the last hour. Yeah. It was parked at a weird angle, but I'm actually really chuffed that this airport inexplicably has autogate. That's really pleasing. I don't know why it does. That was a really nice surprise at the end. But that is going to do it for today. I'll be back tomorrow on YouTube with some flights, and I might stream again on Twitch later, depending on how I feel and what's going on. But let's go to the end screen for realsies this time. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.